Hello and welcome to your Class of 2027 Scheduling Informational Video. We are your Troy High counselors, and we think it's really important that we share some information with you as you embark on the scheduling process. You'll be working with us for the next 4 years. So before we give you that information, we'd like to introduce ourselves. I'm Mr. Keegan.
Hello, I'm Mr. Clary.
I'm Mr. Ali Ahmed.
Hi, I'm Miss Young.
I'm Mr. Lee.
I'm Miss Allgaier. And I'm Miss Brent.
We're all going to take some time to give you a little bit of information. We hope that this is very beneficial for you and your families. As counselors at Troy High understand that the transition to high school can be kind of intimidating. That's why it's really important that we talk to you about some of the skills that you build and some of the things that we know that you're going to bring to Troy High. While you get to Troy High, or when you get to Troy High, it's really important to know that we're here to work with you. Whether you have any concerns about personal issues, emotional issues, social issues, academic concerns, or have questions about your future planning. That's what our counselors here at Troy High do, and we love working with our students in that regard. As you'll see, we want you to finish strong in this 8th grade year. The habits that you build in middle school will follow you towards high school. So continue to focus on your academic growth as you embark on the next 4 years of your education. When we look at scheduling, you'll be identifying that we're kind of starting to think about our educational path. Making course selections at this point is really kind of a great opportunity to start the thought process about what am I interested in? What are some of my personal paths or goals? Some resources for you can be found at our counseling website. A very important one in this process is our course description book. There you'll find a lot of really good information about classes and options and opportunities for you here at Troy High. You'll also find some flow charts that are really kind of neat and give you the opportunity to see if I take one course, what is my next path or option. Talk about those with your families and continue to think about how your path in high school can be planned out, but also remember to be flexible because things may change throughout your time in high school. One thing that's a little bit different about middle school and high school is the idea of credits. In high school, we really have an emphasis of credits as you need to meet graduation requirements for the Troy School District. The minimum amount of credits needed to graduate Troy High School is 22.5 credits. That number will stay true and stick with you maybe for all 4 years. When we start to think about how those credits are accumulated, you need to know that each semester course is made up of half of a credit. If you have a year-long course, for example, English 9, you will have a half credit for the first semester and a half credit for the second semester, which come together to make one full credit. As you start to schedule and plan next year courses, we'll be building up to 6 total credits. You'll be thinking of some half-year courses, such as Intro to PE possibly, or Health, and other full-year courses, like your math courses maybe, or if you're interested in a world language in your freshman year. So when we start to do the math towards building up towards your total credits, you will take 6 credits each year over the course of 4 years, which will give you the opportunity to take 24 total credits. The discrepancy here can be seen between 22.5 and 24. Just be mindful that we want you to pass all your classes, but we can see that there's a slight difference there. So hopefully you'll get those 24 credits and you'll have a lovely time here at high school. Once again, I want to direct you towards our counseling website. There are great resources for all 4 years, but as you transition from middle school to high school, you'll find that there's some really cool information that kind of opens you up to ideas and opportunities here at Troy High. There's information regarding college admissions. There's information such as referrals for academic and emotional support. And there's also information about scheduling, which this video is mostly about. Take a time to explore our counseling website so that you can learn a little bit more and enrich yourself with all the information that we have to offer you. On our counseling website is also your counselor contact information. If you happen to have any questions, or your family does, you can reach out to us via email, and our counselor breakdowns are there as well. Those may be updated in August of next year as they tend to change from year to year. As you start to plan your path for freshman year, it's important to know that you have some classes that are definitely required courses. Things such as English and math you'll be taking for all 4 years. As we look at other courses like science, social studies, each have unique requirements. You can find those requirements in the course description book as well as in the requirements tab on the counseling website. When you go to make your schedule, I always guide my students to selecting those core classes first. That way you know and identify exactly what you have to take within your freshman year And it gives you the opportunity to then determine what space you have for other elective courses. Possibly you're in the marching band, possibly you play an instrument in the orchestra. Maybe you're interested in business courses or arts courses. All these are wonderful options to enrich in yourself and kind of open yourself up to new opportunities or future pathways. So once again, start with those core classes, maybe having discussions with your counselor in middle school, or as we meet with you in this spring, we'll discuss those as well. And then embark on looking at what elective options you have. Moving forward, we'll talk a little bit about each of those core subjects.
When selecting for English, make sure that you select English 9. It's a 1-credit class, so you have to remember to select both semester 1 and semester 2. Remember, summer reading is required, so you can go to the troycolts.org website for a list of book options to read over the summer. Social studies. All freshmen will take World History 1 half credit of social studies is required. Some students that are strong in English may opt to choose AP Human Geography. It's a year-long 1-credit class, but it does not replace the World History 1 requirement for graduation. If you're an English language learner, then you will sign up for LS World History and Geography 1 and 2. It is each a half credit class, 1 credit total for LS World History and Geography.
Next up for requirements, we have your science requirement. Everyone will take biology next year, which is a full year class. If you are on the more advanced science path and you plan on doubling up on science, you would also take chemistry for a full year, Chem 1, semester 1, and chemistry 2, semester 2. For our English language learners, you would sign up to take LS, Introduction to Physics.
All right, the next slide that we're going to be talking about today is math. So math is a cumulative subject. Once you complete the current math course that you're currently in successfully, you will move to the next math course within sequence. So for example, for the students that are currently in Math 8, you're going to go ahead and look at your planning guide and check Algebra 1. That's going to be the next math course that you take if you are currently in Math 8. For students that are currently in Algebra 1, you're going to go ahead and select Geometry. For students that are currently in Geometry, you're going to go ahead and select Algebra 2. If you're currently in Algebra 2, you are going to select Pre-Calculus, and if you are currently in Pre-Calculus, you are going to select Calculus. Please keep in mind that the honors level courses that you may be in as well, those also follow the same level math sequence. So for example, if you are currently in Algebra 1 Honors, you are going to be taking Geometry Honors. If you are currently in Geometry Honors, you are going to select on your planning guide Algebra 2 Honors. If you are in Algebra 2 Honors, you are going to select Pre-Calc Honors. And if you are in Pre-Calc Honors, you are going to select Calculus BC. So whatever math course you're currently in, you are going to follow the next level math sequence. Up next, we have world language. So here at Troy High School, we have 5 languages that you can choose from. The first on our list is French, German, Spanish, Japanese, and Chinese. So whatever language you are most interested in pursuing, please feel free to check the language that you like most on your planning guide, and we look forward to teaching you that subject next year.
Next up, we have health. Health is a half credit course, so it will only be taken during 1 semester of freshman year. Next, physical education. To graduate Troy High, you need 1 full credit of PE. Half of that through Intro to PE, the other half through a PE elective. For Intro to PE 1 or 2, Intro to PE 2 is for those students who are athletes, they like the fast pace and they're competitive, then Intro to PE 2 would be what you select. If you're just an average Joe and you just want to take gym, Intro to PE 1 would be for you. As for our electives in PE, those options can be found in our course guide. For our visual, performing, and applied arts requirements, you can fulfill that through any of these sections here. So through art, business classes, industrial technology classes, life skills, music, or theater. All of those will suffice for our VPAAs.
All right, next we're going to go over our sample schedules, which you will see in the fall in August when you return. For our first sample schedule, we'll look at the table here for the first column. So period 1 through 6, we have a 6-period scheduled day going 1 through 6. Next column, we have term. S1 means semester 1, S2 means semester 2. For the next column, we have the course title, and then the section number, you don't have to worry about that, the teacher, and the room number. The first class here we see is Spanish 1 with Miss Griezmann in room 109. And then second semester, they take the second half of Spanish 1 and they keep the same teacher. You'll notice a pattern that teachers will remain the same for all world languages, math, science, and any year-long classes, as well as English. Then we have Intro to Physical Activity 2 for second hour, first semester. Second semester, they have health, and this can be in any order. It doesn't have to be gym first semester or health first semester. It can be in any order. Next, we have Introductory Biology A for a science class. And then fourth hour, we have 9 English Lit and Comp 1, which is Literature and Composition. And then fifth hour, we have World History Geography 1. At Troy High, students take World History Geography 1 ninth grade year, and then senior year, you'll take World History Geography 2. For the second semester of fifth hour, this student is taking Personal Money Management, which counts as a VPAA, or a Visual Performing and Applied Arts. All students are required to take 1 credit of a VPAA, and you'll see that with this schedule, the student will have fulfilled a half credit of their 1 credit requirement. They'll have to take 1 additional half credit the following years. The last class on the schedule is Geometry, and then we'll move on to our next sample. For this sample schedule, you'll notice that the main difference is that this student has campus band, fifth hour. So we'll go through the schedule. First hour, Introductory Biology A. Second hour, they'll have Drawing 1, first semester. Second semester, World History Geography 1. Third hour, they'll have Intro to Physical Activity 1. And then Fashion Design 1, second semester. 9 English Lit and Comp 1. And then fifth hour, Campus Band. And then Algebra 1. You'll notice that the student hasn't included health in their schedule. They may have taken health over the summer through our summer programs, or they may like to take it in the future years. For our next sample schedule, is for a student who's been identified as an English language learner by our English Language Development Department, or ELD. They'll take specific courses recommended for them by the ELD department. So for this student, they're taking LS Biology. LS means Language Support. They'll also take Language Support American History Geography 1 and 2, and then Language Support Government and Civics. These classes vary each year. They'll alternate every other year. For their English class, they'll take Advanced ELD, second semester, third hour, and then fourth hour, you'll see that they'll take Beginner ELD. So those 2 are their English classes. And then second semester, fourth hour, they'll take Health, fifth hour, Algebra 1, and sixth hour EL Tutorial, which is English Language Tutorial, which is a support class. For our final sample schedule, this is for a student who's been identified as needing special education resources. So for their math class, they're taking Integrated Math 1, then Health, second hour, first semester, second semester, second hour, World History Geography 1, then Introductory Biology A, Achievement Skills 1A and 1B, Spanish 1, and 9 English Lit Comp 1 and 2, second semester. Next, I'll turn it over to Ms. Allgaier.
The alternative elective classes are very important. The courses that you have selected are requests and not a guarantee. It is critical that you select a minimum of 4 alternate elective courses, not core courses, but elective courses. You must be willing to take the alternative elective courses that you have selected. If no alternative elective courses are selected, then we will be selecting those courses for you. Course planning worksheet is very important to help you get organized. Please use this before you select your courses in PowerSchool.
Next, students will input their course selections in the online PowerSchool portal. Here's a sample of what you will see when you log in to input your classes online. Students are responsible for choosing 6 credits and 4 alternates for elective credits. This goes right in order with the planning guide, so please be sure to have that document with you. It begins with the required classes, so students will start by selecting their 9th grade English course, select each semester, so it adds up to a total of 1 credit for English. Then move on to the next required course before the alternates. Moving from middle school to high school comes with a lot of questions. It's a really exciting time. So we have this video and PowerPoint available on our website in order for you to get more details about these frequently asked questions. I'm going to highlight Test Out and Summer School. For Test Outs, this opportunity is offered 1 time per year, and it is intended for students who already have a comprehensive understanding of a course. This most often occurs with a world language when a student speaks another language at home. So for scheduling purposes, if a student intends to attempt a test out for Chinese 1, for example, they would still put Chinese 1 in PowerSchool as a course request. When a student successfully completes a test out, that information is given to the high school counselor, and then we will go into PowerSchool and make any necessary adjustments automatically. There's nothing else that the student needs to do. For summer school is definitely not required. A student can graduate from Troy High in 4 years without ever having to take a summer school class. But some students choose to take summer school if they can't fit in all of their electives and required courses. Often this happens if a student is in band or orchestra, for example, as well as a world language. There are some classes that are better for summer school than others, and you can talk to your middle school counselors about that as well. For more information on summer school, including registration, dates, and other information, you can refer to this link. Now some important dates. So right now, scheduling materials are being distributed. That means that you have time to go over the course description book, go over the planning guide, talk with teachers about recommendations, and talk with your middle school counselors who are experts at this process. On March 8th at 7 p.m. in Troy High School, parents will have a curriculum night to get this information as well. After that, the PowerSchool portal will be open for online scheduling, and that's when students will be able to input their online course requests. But don't worry if you have technical difficulties or if you still have questions, because high school counselors are going to be meeting with every 8th grade student individually in April. Those appointments will be scheduled, and we will have an opportunity to talk about your questions that you might have, go over graduation requirements, answer any questions about classes, summer school, test out, or anything else that comes up. So we will be able to make any necessary or preferred changes together during that time. No one has a seat in any class yet, so you're not at a disadvantage if we need to make some changes and finalize together during that time. We have so many exciting and fun classes to offer at Troy High School. We cannot wait for you to try them out. We hope that this scheduling process is easy and fun, and we're here to help you throughout that process. Can't wait to see you soon.